Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Live. Daniel, I hope you're available. I'm looking for my phone and I cannot find my phone. Hello to everyone that is coming on the live. Please tune in. I'll be running a little live, not long, not a lengthy one. So good afternoon to everyone that is coming. Yes, I want you to be here, Daniel. How are you doing? I hope you are good. For some reason, I pick up my phone and I don't know where I put my phone. I'm looking for the phone. Just give me a sec here. Now, when you drop. What is the role of elected government for a country? Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming in. How are you doing? I'm not cooking today. I am cooking, but because I'm cooking a big pot of soup. But because I haven't done any live and it seems like tomorrow night I might not get to do a live. So I decided, as I said, I'm going to be doing a day live some of the times until I sort my timing out. So here is today one. And I am going to be on a topic which I don't like. But I'm putting in my $2. I'm not putting in cents. I am putting in dollars. You won't hear it rattling in the pocket. You know. Okay. So welcome to everyone this afternoon. I won't have a very long live. Well, it will be at the length as long as the engagement of the people is there. Then that's how the length of it might have been. We have a good engagement then, of course. For those that are out of my time zone, welcome to you. And when you get your chance to see the live or to listen to it, then you know. To those that have subscribed, the new subscriber, the continuous ones that are helping me, helping this channel to grow from strength to strength. Again, much, much appreciation to you all. I so much thank you. All right. Okay. I get in this morning. Yeah. I was on people's duty last night into this morning. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm strong. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. So I just plan to run the slab. We are not in the kitchen, although a big pot of soup is on the stove. Just put it on. But let me do this since I haven't done this in a while. And you see the topic, what it says. If it didn't happen, I don't surprise. If it did not happen, then I would surprise. But it happened, as it always do. Okay? Yeah, man, I'm totally okay. I'm totally okay. For those that are coming in, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Come in, sit down, have a chat, have an afternoon chat. I guess I might have to have a day called lunch talk. Thinking about it. Thinking how more you can do to, grow the channel, to have more engagement in different things. So thinking about that, lunchtime talk. Good. And maybe music if I am allowed to do that. But welcome to each and everyone that is coming in. And how is work? How did work treat you yesterday? I hope you get some rest from that hard day of work. And if you work last night, I hope you get home and get some rest and you're not so tired. But strength is added that you can go on and on and on. All right? For those that are celebrating their birthday, I haven't given a birthday shout out from the other day. Daniel, when did you born? I haven't got your birthday. Did I? I don't remember. Okay. So for those that are celebrating their birthday, and yesterday was the 11th of September. And that was the time when I was watching my television and saw when the plunging into the Trade Center. It's August. Did I shout you out to your birthday? Did I? I don't remember. Maybe I did, maybe I did not. But if I didn't, I don't forget you. And I'm sure you did have a good, happy birthday. Happy, happy. Flip the script and see where you're coming from is better than where you are now, better than where you were coming from. And I'm sure you won't drop the button. But whatever it is for you to get in life, you will. Go for it, put on your blinkers, and reach for it. All right? So yesterday, the United States of America and all over the world remember the morning of, it was what, 2021, something thereabout, when I saw the Trade Center coming down, because it was just then I switched on and that was what I saw. The first plane, then the second one, you see the crumbling, and the rest is history. So yesterday were the celebration of that. People remembering their loved one. There are some names that I was following, and each time I did it, you will have the name Augustus. Tom Augustus, Juna Augustus, and Augustus. And when you start checking, it's about like 12 Augustus, one family. So you realize that one family extinct from the earth, right? So maybe only cousins. And sometimes I always said, yes, I remember watching it live. I could not believe my eyes. And then the aftermath and all the things that went on. I remember watching it. As soon as I switched on the television set, that was it I saw. And I watched the second one, and I watched it. Yeah. So yesterday we're again paying respect to those that have lost their lives tragically in such a manner. Some was saved, some wasn't. Some did not make it out. So yesterday were again the reflection of what do happen and why it happened. Nobody still don't say why it happened. You just hear that it's terrorism and that's their politics. I won't get into that because I do not understand politics too well. You're going to be hearing every now and again the plane part. This is their route. I don't know. Sometimes they use here for their route. Sometimes you haven't seen or heard a plane unless you're passing by the airport. But from morning they are coming this side. So I don't know if it's the Africa route, this one or what. I don't know. But this is a route. So you're going to hear the rumbling every now and again. So I don't understand America politics. On a whole, I don't actually understand politics because for some reason, politics is a thing where you have to love to be corrupt, and most of it is very corrupt. And if I was in politics, maybe I wouldn't be on the land of the living because my mouth would have given me trouble. Because when you saw the injustice and the things and I would open my mouth and they wouldn't like that because people don't like when you're calling them out. They don't like it. But anyhow, that was yesterday, and people from all over the world who have family, friends, and what? 24 years. It's like yesterday. 24 years when it plunged in mourning and question asking, and is there any real answer given? Is there anybody that have came up with the answers? I don't know, I don't hear, neither from government or you heard something, oh, it is terrorists and all the rest of it. But what? What? No. But anyhow, that was it. And what I've already done cannot be undone. Somebody have never been found consumed with fire. Some still buried under the rubbles. And, that's it. So that was yesterday, bringing alive the memories of 9/11 in this country. Okay. So again, as I said, happy birthday to those that are celebrating their birthday, that have not got a birthday shout out from this channel. I took it my time to do so to you. Happy birthday to those that have already gone and those that are coming. Okay, good. Now I won't have a bite of the day. I am going to be going straight into, and I am just adding my $2 to the situation that is going on in the island of Jamaica. For those that was not born in Jamaica or even know Jamaica, always heard about the things of Jamaica. There was this, what is his name? He wrote the song and said, everything that happened in Jamaica, it entered the foreign press. If the breeze blow up a woman's dress, it entered the foreign press and all the rest of it. We heard the things of Jamaica, and sometimes we heard the worst things of Jamaica, which happen in all the countries. Because I tell you, it is hard to see some of the things then. But election have just run on the 3rd of September 2020. 25. And as a Jamaican, a born Jamaican, which I love my country dearly, because there are privileges and there are things, although the persons with the bigger hand held on to that you should inherited and keep the people impoverished. But even then, I love the country because there are so many things that you can get around with in the country. There are so many privilege that you can have and you will have. And one of those things I am looking on yesterday, I was called up in a group and I discussed some of the things on this channel before. And yesterday there is a group that wanted me to, do some of the things I used to do in Jamaica. Yes, a beautiful memorial site for the names and it was so because, people came and they laid their flowers and, it's like it happened yesterday. It brings back the memories. And for those that was not born, from some of the family who have lost their life, as they said, I didn't get to meet my grandfather or my so-and-so, mostly grand, or their uncle, but we heard about it and we decided to carry on your legacy. It was beautiful. It was. And every year they do have almost the same thing go on at this time. Yesterday I was saying, when will all this be over? It is going to continue continually, But history wrote again. So yes, Jamaica have their politics, have their election, and many of the things that came out of that election and many of the things that is happening and many of the things that you saw going on right now, I'm not surprised. If it did not happen, if it didn't happen, then I would surprise. But the things that happen don't surprise me. As a young person growing up, I have seen a lot. A lot. And hence are the reason why I said I would never go into politics. Because you are clean and nice and dandy. And when you go in there, you have to be corrupt. And don't matter what you're trying to get away from. If you are not a part of the corruption, then nobody wants you in there. Why my light is dimming? Shouldn't be. If you're not a part of the corruption, then you're a part of the problems. You're a part of the solution. You're one of the voices that are crying out in the wilderness. You're one of the voices that are saying, 100%, yeah. You are one of the voices that say justice for all. You are one of the voices that are crying out for the poor and the needy. I would be one of the voice that are saying, come down, Mr. Richman. Even the crumb, but some not even getting the crumb. Not even the crumb. What would have surprised me in the politics is if the cheating, the stealing, the dishonesty, and life loss, if that didn't happen, then I would be utter surprised. Speaking of the same green people, my eyes have seen a lot. I remember when the voter age remained at 20, I think yes, 21 before you could vote one of the time. And I remember as a young teenage, I was walking one day, going my own business, minding my own thing. And a car pulled up beside me. Somebody from the car called me by my name, Joy. And I looked, and somebody highlighted from the car and said, I would like to speak to you. Of course, I walked back to the car. And lo and behold, it was one of those persons that we grew in the community together. Today, she is one of the candidates that have won her seat, but she was on the green side at the time. When I look in the car, this man with part of his ear white and part black. And in myself, I am asking, what is this? Because now I am depending on my 2 foot. Because you just pull up beside me, I don't know you. I know the lady, but I don't, because she is us that grew up together. And she brought out some papers. Of course, the papers were already written up. And she said to me, I am to sign here. And she was showing me the lines to sign my name. So, I stopped. You stopped me in the street. We did not have any transaction on anything. Why I should sign? The man, he didn't even identify himself who he is. The man I saw with the description I give, with one side of his ear white and one side black, said to him, no, she little too young. Because the lady know my name, so it was written up. So I still didn't know what the hell it was. The car drove off. I went home and I said it to my people. With the description, they said it is the MP, which is Mr. Honorable Dr. Everything Perennial Charles. So they said, did you? I said, no, because he looked at it and he said to her, she was too young. At the time, you didn't even hear that election was going to go on. There was nothing about election. So, of course, they were collecting their data, their data to put down. And I was like, oh, well, this is what they do. So my name would be right there as a vote has already done. That was when I was younger. Which one of the election that was? One of these elections, I decided that I wasn't even leaving the yard. It was election day and everybody was crazy, every pure mad people, and all kind of things are going on. Anyhow, a car was sent to our house. And when we went to the election site, the voting site, my husband and I went. He went in first. He has not left the yard from the day begins. Yet when he went in, He was voted already from 8 o'clock. The person who looked for the name in the book, when they came up on his name, he was already voted. I don't know how the police did not put me out for obstruction, destruction, and destruction. I laugh, I laugh, I laugh, I laugh, I laugh. I say, you have not left your house from morning, yet it is in a book that you have already voted. And that was the green side, because him is green, you know. I grew up into a Labour Party home. But when I reached teenage, and this type of election and politics that we saw now, when we were growing up, that was not what we saw. Our neighbor or PNP, our household is JLP. The other person below us was PNP. The other person on another side was JLP, yet they were loving. They were loving people. They used to say, when the election, they say, oh, they take it like a horse race. They said, and everybody's going crazy, crazy. Election changes. Politics change in a drastic way. It changes in a way that people lost their lives. People deny work because you are orange and over here is green. People denied access to things, and these are things that I know. I saw. Yes. I was denied a job because I am not climbing on a bandwagon. When I became teenage, I did some studies and I saw some things. And I saw where I like the things that the PNP were putting out, especially for the youth, for those that are not so privileged. I Jada, and I did like what they said and what they were doing, even from school. Agriculture, when I was going to school, start in school. And there were people who resented that their children shouldn't go to school and have nothing to do with the dirt because they didn't send them to go do agriculture. So I love the things that the Michael Manley, I don't remember much about Shearer, but I know when Shearer, at that time, very little. PMP, JLP, all. No, that's why I'm coming. That's why I put the topic the way I put it. I am coming out with this. So therefore, I look at the benefits that people would get and the country, and for us coming and those that coming behind us and all the rest of it would be so much benefit. So I did like the things that they put out. We in St. Thomas, to be exact, we have a lot of Michael Manley, the one who tried to get Bob Marley to embrace his party. I'm coming with some of these things. And I am going to show you, if what happened did not happen, it would surprise me because they would change. I would say oh my God, they are a changed set of people. In St. Thomas, to be exact, there were factories. The button factories, the button that you see, and most time it is used on coat, and in the army, they plaited on arm. You have leather that they plait, they make button. We have a stocking factory. We have a mitten factory, a garment factory that they used to do sweaters. We have, yeah, we did have a garment factory. And that was like, the stocking factory was in Trinityville. The sweater knitting or mitten, what they call that, was in Seafort. The button factory was in Lyson. And from Lyson on to 11 miles, Yalas 11 miles. Count the numerous factories. Telephone factories was in Jamaica, in St. Thomas. The buildings are still there. We have brush factory that came in after with Zaki Matalan. Those are the Matalans. Yeah. And many more. There were people who could not sign their name. Whether they had went to school or they didn't go to school, they had to go to the farm and all the rest of it. And Michael Manley bring in for the we say the big people that they can go back to school. They used to call it Jamal. Jamal for even the younger ones, because they were young ones. It used to have this picture with, they call it tinning lamp. They use a little lamp with the wick, use a cloth to make the wick. And this was on their posters. Shining light. People went to those classes, learned to write them boyfriend letter, because some used to have boyfriend, and when the boyfriend wrote to them, they have to take it to another friend who can read, and sometimes the boyfriend is swept out of their hand because of reading their letters. So they all went to Jamal. One of that Jamal school was in Lyson at the Pavilion Ground, and people went there. Coming up fast. Mr. George Edward Siaga came to Jamaica, was not born in Jamaica, was not grew up in Jamaica, but he came to Jamaica to seek representational politics. He went to Trenchtown, he get down there, and he behaved, because I forget the word now, but there's a word that you went into people's country and you try to study them in order. So before you start doing anything too wrong, you got to study their culture. You got to study the mindset of the people. So he studied them. They used to have this church we call Rapid Church, and people with drum and them a jump Emma. All that Mr. Siaga get into just to know the people them. Okay, he entered politics. Mr. Siaga threw it in a lamp. Jamal was wiped out. Nobody couldn't go at night because Jamal was night class. So nobody not picking up their book to learn to spell Jamaica again. And spell their mother and their father name. And spell their name. All of that was wiped out. Plane used to come and lower Read between the lines. Yeah. Mr. Edwards, George Siaga, let them search it up in the history. It is not. It is not thrown away. It is there in the archives. I lost a brother in 1986 election, and he was not a part of the election. Yet they put him down, and not even vehicle. Police is there, they couldn't get him to the hospital. He bled to death right there. He is in Kingston. That's not where I was living. Labour Party, same Edwards George Siaga. He said, if I don't win by the vote, I will win by the pie. I will lock down Jamaica like sardine pan. Go back to the archive. These were the green people. Yes, these were the green people. Many people lost their lives. Children were thrown in fire in the city of Kingston under the rulership of the JLP. I don't support colors. I support what you. Yes, take out that word. Take out the GUN. Take out that word. If he doesn't win by the vote, that is what he's going to win by. Daniel, erase that word. This was the same JLP. Thank you. This was the JLP. That was the leader. That was the prime minister. You are growing up as a young person and you are seeing all these things and you're hearing all these things. It's on the news. People can't go out. People don't know them head from them foot. People are afraid. Michael Manley recruit young people to go to Cuba to learn trade. Right now, we still have people who went to Cuba in those times still alive and well. When he started doing that, he recruited young men. They went to Cuba, women. They went and learned a trade. Some take up plumbing, some take up electrical, and many different other trade. The people says that he's going to turn the country in communists. People start rebelling. They didn't look, because guess what? A people without knowledge or a people that are going down the tube. A people without even basic education or a set that is going down the tube. Because anything anybody say to you, it is so. And you come and you said, I'm getting to it too. You said so, and they believe, and yes, this is the one. And when they voted them in, some. Knowledge is power. And I'm getting right to the, I take it from there, to bring it back to what I am going to say. Even the basic, you can't think for yourself. Don't sleep with people's eyes. You will wake up without any eyes. and cannot see. You know what I'm saying? When I say I grew up into a JLP home, my granduncle that I grew with worked for Sir Alexander Bustamante. He was ranger for that man until he removed from St. Thomas to Kingston. All of these MPs, I knew them in that as a little girl. They used to come. He is, they come and jelly and because they used to have a lot of coconut. And he is the one have to give the orders that they reap. So I don't want people listening and think I grew up into a JLP house. What my decision is looking, what do you do for the people? What do you do for the country? What do you do for the country? Why should I vote for you? Huh? What are you doing? We used to have sports in Lyson. The pavilion ground is still there. And you have your training as netball, you have cricket, you have Sunday evening you can go out. Mr. JLP leader, they remove everything. Young people didn't have anything to look forward to. Nothing. You would be practicing, you're playing netball, you're playing football, And Sundays you saw these cricket all in there spanking white, and you'd go and sit and you watch for the cricket lovers and all the rest of these things. And they remove everything from that parish. Yes. They remove everything. Getting back to Mr. Dear Siaga. This was one of the things that cuts me deep. And I said as a young person growing up. The election that people still don't have the understanding and don't try to have this understanding what happened. And I often said, a government that starves their people for power is a wicked government. The wholesales were bought out by the Jamaica Labour Party. Big and bold. Big and bold. People were crying that they couldn't get food. It's only cornmeal. That was true. But who was behind it? Now, my friend and companion at a time, it's not one or two people came to my house and I pack box and give to them. I am giving people 12 pounds of sugar, 6 packing box. Why? You went to get a pound of rice and they said they don't have any rice. You need even a box of match. They said they don't have it. Jamaica was upside down. The entire country turned upside down. The man said if he don't win one way, I'm going to win the next way. So if it is even to starve the people, yes. And these are some of the things why I don't like it. My friend was in the constabulary force. So therefore, he knows a lot of people. And they would say to him, you can get so and so for us. He would go even to the flour mill and he get things. People will call, supermarket will call us and say, come at certain time. Now the things have to wrap up in a brown paper bag or into one carton box and carry it at the back of the building and hand it to you. What on earth was happening? People were blaming the PNP party for all of this because the Labour Party was saying, here's the People's National Party, hold on to the food. This is not something I heard. This is something I heard with my own ears. In Seafort, St. Thomas, there was a wholesale there. The person who ran the wholesale name, they are Chinese, Louis. In Morant Bay, you have the Jung supermarket. When you go to Jung supermarket, if you're going to get a 10-pound of rice, you have to go early morning, and before they crack the shutter, they take you around to the side and you get it. I don't remember the exact day when the election ran. If it was not a Wednesday, it's a Thursday. After the election run and the JLP gained power, everything that was off the shelf that you couldn't get was on the shelf. The following day, the night the election declared JLP the winner, the following morning, everything was on the shelf. I personally ask, because you're young and you're whatever. People used to be selling pad with rice on the outside of the street. And when the election won, and Edward George Seaga declared winner as the prime minister, every food was on the shelf. We asked Louis. He said he could not. The only reason why we got things from him is because he knew us. Not affiliation with politics, but just know us as we move good. He said, and he did not hide and speak the name, he said the opposition who was George Edward Seaga in the days, they bought the wholesale so they could not sold anything. The third day on the winning of the election, there is a place going to Trinityville, switch off on the west end, called Danvers Pen. One of these major rivers run there. And it's truckload, Leland truck. Truckload, top of truckload of goods went to that riverside and dump. Puritan oil used to be on shelf and there were nothing. It's not like now that they have this big jug of oil, big container of oil. They were Puritan oil, Vulcan matches, salt fish, rice, flour, everything, soap that you couldn't get. People went there to shop on the riverside where everything dumped. There wasn't the only place. Morant Bay, the things were taken to the dump because they went around and they purchased them, buy them, to say it was the PNP party who caused them. Since this election going on, I went on TikTok and there was a group that they were having discussion and I heard they saying it and I just laughed to myself. I said to myself, it's a pity. If you people do the digging, you will find out who was the snakes behind these things. And people blame the PNP party when the PNP party never have nothing to do with it. For power. For power. It was the same Prime Minister, Mr. Siaga, who went to Danvers Pen and have his political meeting and said to the people, I'm going to make money jingle in your pocket. And everybody jump up and, yeah. They weren't listening to what he was saying. And when money start jingling in their pocket, everybody start to bawl, cry, holler, moan, weep. Yes. Program went into school by the PMP. Children usually get their cook lunch. And it was demolish and bring in bun and milk. Now, I said all of that and I can see more. When the country elected a government, give me 1 second. What is the role and purpose of the government? What are their role? How are they to support, to run their country? A primary role of the government is to represent. Elected government is to represent the will of the people, manage the country affairs, ensure of the welfare. Now, in this election, I sit and I listen and I listen and I listen. And I commented on somebody's live because it's like I couldn't keep my finger without commenting there because it was so hurtful to listen to. This election have so many holes, pothole, and all kind of things in it. And most of the time, people are naive in all the things they do. They are to be the voice of their, exactly. You are put there. It's a democratic country. People elected you to handle the affairs of the country, of the people. They are to implement laws and policies, oversee the public service. And I wish someone would hear this. Because this is I'm not putting in cents. Mines are dollars. Some people say I come to put my 2 cents. I'm not putting in cents. They may loss. People are making a fuss to say the MP Bill Road, the MP give water. It is we government who. Then I realize in 2025, people are still lacking. They haven't learned. They don't know. They are just living from day to day. They are just swinging as the swing song goes out and come in. They just sat there and they're swinging. They don't know if the rope is to pull up a little more. They don't know if the rope is to loosen. They don't know. Even if they fell out, they don't know. The people elect the government. You have a responsibility to the country, to the people. They are responsible for health care right across the board. They are responsible for road. They are responsible for water. Why would we left out education? Why would we left out sports? It's the responsibility of the government. Housing. I heard a voice note, and let me say, I heard it on more than one platform. More than one platform. And I realized that people speak because they have a tongue in their head. But the knowledge to back it up is far. But again, it's a good thing. Because if they had not spoken, the world would not have known what was taking place. Apparently, they surmise that why the water is always muddy, no rain is falling, why the pump is always breaking down. Jamaica have the most river and water. Jamaica. I don't know if another small island have the water that Jamaica have. So you listen to these people, and I ask myself the question, hearing from the horse's mouth, what do they do? What have the government done with the taxes that I've paid in Jamaica? I pay tax. I have to pay land tax. My people, mother, father, grandfather, everybody paid tax until it trickled down to me, until it trickled down to even my daughter. What and where the taxes goes. Art Dudley, how are you doing? I don't cheat on you. No, I won't at all. Right. Where is the taxes that collect in the country where the taxes went? That people have to be saying, is the MP build the road? The MP need to find what tax is, because this is representation. This is the responsibility of the government. They got paid. They can get vehicle on concession. If the vehicle costs $10, they can get it for $1. Their paid is good. They collect their monthly salary. And yet you have the people that don't know what they want, do not know the primary role of a government, who stood up and speak out what came out of their mouth should be in the exit room. Yet that is what came to the front. Okay, I hear you, sir. Right? I'm just giving my dollars on the country election that is still that I've run, and all the things that, all the holes that should be stopped. My granduncle, who died a long time ago, name was still on voters list. Name was still on voters list. I speak about it sometimes ago. Why? Okay. The people that do not understand the country they live in and why they are there and what should be done, people must be held accountable. Nobody went in their pocket. They don't even went in their pocket to pay the little stupid people them that is going around speaking out of their mouth what should have been in the exit area. What coming out of their mouth, that is what should be on the exit line. But they bring it forward and putting it out of their mouth. The government have their responsibility. A lot of things have done in Jamaica. The bad is far outweighed the good. And when I said politics and people don't listen, I heard the Prime Minister said he's going to put what, 32,000 for minimum wage. And just like when Edward Siaga said, I'm going to make money jingle in their pocket, I saw them jump up and say, yeah. Where the minimum wage is going to come from? A person employ you. They just put a thing in place. I employ somebody. I can't pay them that amount of money. I'm not going to employ you. And this part will go on this year and by the next 5 years. So what are you saying to me? Schooling in Jamaica, a lot of people add to who? Okay. Jamaica, other countries came to Jamaica. They get water from Jamaica. They got sun, they got mall. Aluminum bauxite have been going on. I born and saw that. Yes, bring water from Jamaica. St. Thomas and Portland give the best water. And they harvest water from Portland. The very Portland that they're talking about was where the first tourists them came. When I went and did a course in in tour guide. I still have my book. Many of the things that first, it's Portland. The very Portland up there that the people listen to what the woman said. The voice, I can't even know if it's a woman or a man. Because sometimes it sounds like a man and sometimes it sounds like a woman. I don't know what species. We took out the pump. We are going to do like what we did before. The person who speak, if by chance you heard this live and somebody share it with you, you are not hurting Buchanan. You are hurting the people. You're hurting your family. You're hurting yourself in the name of vase politics. Because that is vase politics. That is what your MP have you to do. You know, I am glad you came out and you speak from your mouth. And I ask myself the question, this goes around, what is the government doing to you? So all the unrest that is in Portland, it is you and your crew. So that means this earth is not benefited to you. This earth that God give us to dwell on is not benefited to you. You remind me of the people, the men that were digging, drilling, and they opened the water. It happened in Jamaica. It happened in Spanish Town. When they opened the gorge and drowned how many people under there. Listening to this woman, that is what came back to me. And these are the people who settle for one tin of mackerel and a pound of rice and a $20. Because she can't go to Miss Vaz's house. Vaz would not employ she as a helper in their house. So she is employed as a destroyer. Kicking up for who can lift up their self and leave Jamaica, because I don't sure they were born in Jamaica. But they use you people that speaketh all this out of your mouth, use you and discord you. Yes, I saw this happen in License, Jamaica. When the Honorable Pernell Charles, being MP for St. Thomas for all this time, at the end of the day, his followers and recruiters, which is a set of young men, were all scooped up, and I am not saying allegedly because it happened. It is in the archive. It is not thrown in the sea and destroyed. These young men were not offered a trade. They were not offered something to better themselves onward. They offer something to use on other people to get. I don't even know how much money they used to get that time. The youngest one in that group, when all was said and done, the election was won, and I was at a place when one of them came and asked, boss, so and so where do we that thing there? And boss, the guy forgets say he was on a public telephone. Everybody that was standing there was mouth drop open. At the end of the day, they were scooped up from Kingston, and all was beaten and thrown in whatever vehicle. The youngest one was 18 years old. And you know why these things resonate with me? That little young man, father, was a telegram delivery man. His mother was not so, you know, and they were at somebody else's place. They call his father look up because his head up at all time. That's how he was born. And he joined the group. Because the boss, that was how they call the MP then. The boss. And when they scooped them up, the first tear down in licensed St. Thomas was that out of that group. Because they said the boss say, use it and go rob. When they were scooped up, he were the youngest one. He got 18 years in prison. Does these people love other people's children? Use them and refuse them. Chew them up and spit them out. All of them went to prison. The youngest one I said was 18. He got 18 years old, 18 years in prison. One get 22, and I could go on. And don't forget these things. And these are some of the things I saw with my own eyes. If the Jamaica Labour Party have done differently in the election, they would surprise me. Because they are never, ever fear. Yes. They would surprise me very much. There was an MP somewhere in St. Thomas. The lady took her young, nice little daughter, just leave high school, and asking if he could get a little work for her because she's now out of school and she didn't get a job. And the MP looked at the woman and in front of her child and said she could dance go-go. And these are the people who sit around and support these people as leaders, as MPs. We need to know how a tax dollar, and Andre and a couple more is one of the most voiced person in politics. Please ask them, where is the Jamaica tax dollar? Where them put the dollar? Because I don't know how this lady is going to dig up road and take up this. Last night I heard one from somewhere at the parish took up the rhino tank that he give to the people. What is wrong with these people? But you know, there were some people who used to come to Jamaica, the governors and the this and the that, who tried to be, to have Jamaica, wanted Jamaica. And every set of them came there, went down with all kind of disease. Yeah. Read it. The last set of yellow fever and something took his entire family, and they left Jamaica. Jamaicans fight against Jamaicans. Trust me. Jamaicans fought against Jamaicans because of color. Ask them what the what the Prime Minister, what the MP, let every MP show their footprint in the place where they have been MP for. What is their footprint? We have Pernell Charles being about 3 times MP in St. Thomas. What is Pernell Charles' footprint there? There's nothing built there to say this is a training center. This is so to supply the people of the parish. Nothing that is favorable. The only thing is happening, they want the land. They want the land. They want the land. Nothing. No monument is set up there. Nothing. Yet, people get up and putting their life on the line, speaking and spewing out what is to go around to the exit pipe out of their mouth. I am glad that, and before I close, let me touch on this one. Because, yeah. I realized there is a lot of person who became what them call themselves? Picking up. Everybody came out and said, I don't have any house. People call to the people who is living in foreign and gonna take up on the money and send to build house to put people in. Let me give you all a warning. It's not 1 or 2 times bulldozer have bulldozed down houses. The people who got these houses, are they taxpayers? Are they taxpayers? The land on which the houses are built on, is these people paying tax? This is some of the things the government should be looking in. So you know what? Let us cut up the land and sell them to the people that they will be. We have a place in St. Thomas, and that place is called Fort. When you went there, you are not sure that you are not in Toronto looking at those high building houses. Are they paying tax? Are they paying tax? Many of you who are picking up your dollars, which many in this very country, and they all see the turning around in this country, what is happening. They neither rent or pay tax. And people is taking their money because everybody turn, oh my God, what they call themselves. Many is going to be bulldozed down. It happened in St. Thomas Prospect already. People on the land, and it was bulldozed down. Put them out. Trenchtown in Kingston, when I was a young lady growing up, I didn't know that that place is not the people's place, and bulldozer went in and bulldozed it down. There are several people not paying tax, yet they have the comfort of land. They have the comfort of electricity because they can thief the light. Many of the houses on a bill and give to people. Are they working? Are they legit on government light? Or I have to be paying light bill for them? Many of you is going to be sorry. Because guess what? On put in tears are on sorry for in the wrong place. Very wrong place. Medical coverage is very high. Yeah. Why the government, when Portia Simpson was in, and I think Michael did that, there is these places after you leave White Horses going up. Those people were, they cut up those land and sold it to the people, get their title, and they are paying their taxes. Yeah. People are coming out. Oh, this one live out a door. This one don't have anything. This one, and you stay in your country that you are working in this country. If you get whole and the government have to take you on and you have a house, he's going to take your things, he's going to sell them to keep you. Yet, many of you do not make a foundation in Jamaica or in another small island that if anything, you can put yourself there. But you pick up your hard-earned dollar and you are giving it to people who, if they want a cup of water, they said, hello, I don't have any water to drink. And you didn't even look around and say, about 2 rivers down there, so. The very Jamaica Labour Party government had bulldozed down hundreds of people. Put them right down. What they said, I gave you people notice and you don't came off the land and they don't ask no question. They wake up for their houses to be pushing away. I speak this publicly now, but I always ask the question, oh yes, you get a nice pretty house. It is well furnished. You get all where you can't even use. Are they paying taxes for these places? Many of you enable the carelessness that happened in Jamaica. Many of you people do it. You enable the laziness, the begging, and enable it. And who is asking for money to do these things are not looking on it and said, you know, what you can do, go and get a trade. Go and get, so you might as well, if you're so caring for these people, get them 100 eyes. How you doing? Okay? Get them something that will benefit them. Teach them to fish than to be giving them a fish every day. When you teach them to fish, you will feed them for life. Jamaica have bulldozed down a lot. And I am looking at some houses that they know the lands are not theirs. They know what will come after. And hello, when these papers are signed up, the last time of bulldozering down, we have a community, and I was a part of that community then. And we led a lot of investigation when we saw the list of who signed for this place to be bulldozed down. I was like, hello? Down to Reverend, churchman, church pastor, church signature is there. I look at it many times and I said, but look at this. Many of you are going to cry because the persons that are doing these things are not asking, is this land is your land? I see one on T-Nation that everybody call Auntie Rena. Let me talk this one on my platform. When Ivan blew, when Ivan hurricane, I am a member of Bruce America, the grassroots people. Until we get our own thing, Bruce Jamaica. That program sent me to Guatemala. That program fund people. I were one of the persons in Jamaica, in Prospect, who help people. Yes. My reason to cut off from it and turn to other people is because they are putting politics in it, and I'm not in politics. We were a non-governmental agent. Good. Rena, the land that Rena is living on, Rena was along with this man because she was working at a certain place. And of course, I guess she was very kind-hearted. I don't know what was so sweet to her, but she would have worked her money and give to that man. The man didn't really want her. All said and done, they were given leave of the at where they were working. The man father piece of land. She cried out because she said the man robbed her. The father of the man said to her, okay, because she didn't have any money to do this and to do that. She lived nowhere. He said, put a little house at the corner of that land. That land is in a residential area. After the hurricane, I was doing the groundwork. So I was going around to do the names of the people who houses was destroyed. Rena was one of them that came on my list. The little house that Rena did have was some old zinc that they use and patch and make and patch and put her there. After the hurricane, I sent in her name. I called on my group. Yeah. Somebody from the community said to me, the name of the owner of this property is so and so. I get to the owner to see if we could go along for her to get somewhere to stay. Because where she was staying, she said every place she went every night, somebody have to take a piece or a taste or. So she was unsettled. There was nowhere. I had to go to the parish council. I had to put so much work in it. The owner of the land said to me, do not make any new foundation. Where it was, put it there. She did not have any bathroom convenient. Now I had to get to work. When we get all settled, the people in the very scheme there, they came up against me. The parish council, everything had to get involved. Because the people said they don't want, but they were happy when the hurricane blew away the place. They were so happy because what? They said what the shock that is put was there devalue their property, which is true. Which is true. The owner said, just don't extend anything. So we put back a house. We get the real good ply. And that house is still what she into other than the little patches that I saw on the TV. I get paint. I get sun. All the material I get spending at the hardware that is in Prospect on the long level. I went there and I purchased everything. The very hardware gave me 2 tins of paint. I said, okay, it would be good if this house is sand dash. I asked the very Rena who was going to live into, who is and still living in that house, go down to the seaside and we put out some zinc and get the sea sand. As we were told not to just use the sand like that, to run fresh water on the sand, dry it out, and you sand dash the house. We did all of that. At the time, Rena said that she didn't have any family in Prospect. Because remember, I was new in Prospect. We had just got our house and lives there. So, and I am working with disaster. So I was one of the disaster representative. So I really don't know the people. So I have to get somebody from there to go around with me because I don't know the people. And we get everything up. Even to do a pit. We could not just do the pit because the tide is high. When you dug, when you're there, it's like the wave of the sea, you can hear it. We were recommended by the parish council. I have to go to Surge Island to get drums to put in there. We put on a little kitchen, which didn't have a kitchen. So we pull on a little kitchen on there. Somebody called me one day and said to me, hear what is happening. Because these people around there knew that what I did. And I can say, Rena is ungrateful too, or unthankful. Yes. And I could go more in it. But she get that place. And then I was told that the relatives are so, and she had to go to court. No, everybody know it's not Rena land. That piece of land, that property, you have to have a couple millions well. Because hello, it's the people in good up area. Most returnee residents are living there. And you went there and saw their houses? Yeah. So it was only because I am a part of something. Why, they did not be too harsh with me. They were rough with me. We went to meeting. I was called up and I have to do and do and do. And yet I was told that this is happening. People, when you are sending your money to build houses to put some of these people in, some Longfoot man who can work and who was working, and all of these strong-hearted people, ask the question if the land belongs to them. If not, you're going to look at your dollars shoveled down. Yes. It happened before and it will happen again. And it's always going to happen again. Unless the government is going to measure up and said, okay, we are going to put in the infrastructure. So we are going to get road, light, and water in there. And we are going to cut it up. And you can get 1, 2 square, half square piece of square or whatever. How many places have been sold there to people who selling people land and people went there and bought it? They are not. History sadly repeat itself, certainly. It was all over the tabloid, all over the world, when people were bulldozed out of the very place. And I asked myself the question, is it that you are preparing that, as many people say, when God asks you what you did do, you can say, oh, I did make house, I give money to make house. People, wake up, be real in yourself, because where you are living in foreign land, you got to pay for it. You got to pay tax. You pay tax for everything. You're paying tax for your property. Or would you be sending your money to build houses for people that are not paying tax in the country? The same Labour Party, apparently Mark Golding, would have looked on it on a different scale and say, let we cut up this land and let you not get it. And if you don't have no money to buy it because you live on it, how much years you must can pay. You must can pay one money on it. And you have piece of paper in your hand that it call you whether landowner or land whatever, but you are paying tax in the country. Do a survey in Jamaica and see how much people are not paying tax. How much people are stealing the current. Yet, I honestly would not put $1 to nobody to build neither house, thatch, nor nothing, unless that place belongs to you. If it is not your place, why would I take my money? Because I tell you, they are not joking. They block road, they do all sort of things when those places. And guess what? The people were saying, oh, they were jumping up for the Labour Party too. Yeah. With Prime Minister not traveling us. Yet the Prime Minister, they turn his hand behind him and sign the paper. All of the commerce. The MP, Labour right and PMP, because Dr. Ferguson hand was on that paper. Those papers were in my hands. We had them. Because what? They are not leaving. It's politics. A people land. Down to Jesus pay tax. Down to Jesus, they give the man the money and say, go pay the tax. So tax, that's how the country run. So I don't know what with the vase or the vases, why they have to build infrastructure out of their pocket. Something is wrong in Portland. Portland people, you're not paying taxes. Why the vases put up carpet road with no sidewalk, no water table, out of their pocket? Are you people not paying taxes? These are my dollars that I am putting in this. As a Jamaican and as a born Jamaican. My thing is, these countries that we came and live in, it is hard work and sweat and tears that build these countries, that we came here and still come many of the time and work for little and nothing. 2, 3 jobs And sometimes the ends, you can't find the ends for them to meet. The enablers, because if many of them were not being enabled, they wouldn't get up and talk nonsense out of their mouth. They would have known the real reason for a government into a country. And you're not doing the work, you get the hell out. You're packing it in, you get the hell out. The people employed you. And you have a responsibility to serve the people and serve them right. Jamaica become a begging, blasted country. The pitney just born last night and he Anna Shubout. And the people who are abroad, who want to have a record, to reel out the record and said, Lord, I have given to the poor, I have feed the hungry. Hello? Hello? Wake up. Wake up. The very scripture told you. It's a sin to feed a lazy man. Him call it a sluggard, which means a lazy person. It's a sin. And I heard many preachers and teachers and bishop and all sort of things on the media, on the net. And they even them pulling out, shubbing, and some a grudge because this not happening. It's a sin to feed a lazy person. You are to work. And many people who are abroad, who don't know what to do with their money, you need to go and find yourself doing an NGO. We did NGOs. We did NGOs in Clarendon at, where this place name? There were some deplorable conditions there, and we went there and fixed them. The day of arena house building is 24 people I get one time on site. Women came from all Africa because we were and we are the grassroots people. One day the house was up because every man come with him skill. Everybody was doing their thing. The same arena that is on T-Nation, that you see them going to that land and been showing and whatever. 24 people. I cook for the 24 plus who into the community that I asked to come in. And everybody put hands and heart together for her to be in that house that lived from the time of the hurricane until now. You understand? So our NGOs run different. We were not just handing out money to go buy gas and go buy shoes and go buy food, and every person must find something to do. And God bless, many of you is going to sit and cry because they do it once, they do it twice, and they are going to do it thrice. They are going to do it again. They are not going to tell us that, okay, we are going to measure up this piece of land and from corner to corner, and you are going to pay X amount, and the paper write up, you go register, you're a taxpayer. They are not doing that. Don't matter how big the house is, they are going to put it right down. You saw what they did when the girl, every time I remember this thing, and the girl said, oh, she came out and she built the house and the bulldozer down her house. That's the same side people who are selling the land and say, they are selling the land, they don't, not even a receipt, they're not giving you, you know. They don't have land, but they are selling lands. These are some of the things, and I hope the opposition, I hope the opposition who is strong in the House, please table these, sir. Please get these on paper, look into them, get a survey done, and give the people them, sell them, not give them. Let them pay something for it. And let more taxes be collected. That Miss Vase won't have to go in her pocket, or any other MP won't have to go in their pocket to build road and to find water. And in Portland, a man can go put down a pump down the river and pump water to his house. Yes. St. Thomas too. St. Mary too. St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas, you get the best water from. Pure, good, nice water. Good. Coming straight out from under the earth. Right? So, this is my $2. And I am glad that ISAT have won his seat. You're not going to be giving rise for the bulldozer, but if they go in, they will do it. But let the people throw them partner, do what they're doing, put down to buy the land. When you go in many places in St. Thomas, the amount of taxes that they would be collecting, right? And we don't want no more MPs to be going in their pockets and their bank books to be building no road and build water. We need our tax dollar and more so, what's the name of it again? Jamaica is not getting any supply of that money from the United States anymore. That is cut off. Etiquette. Just hold on. I soon finish, but let me give you this one. I was making great notes when the President of the United States was giving it out. And all the countries that are cut off from these dollars, these fundings that was given. Jamaica is one of them. So all the lazy people who have land and can go farm, wanna get up, go do farming. So I don't know how they find so much money to waste out, to give to people who don't want more than a beer. One of the MP of St. Thomas, they said the people them don't want anything. Just give them 2 beer. Yes. And $100. That was how the MP brought them down. That was how he speaks about them. Say them no want nothing. Just give them buy 2 Heineken, buy 2 beer, give them. This was how they get it. The thing is, the etiquette, something of the sort, EI something. I wrote it down, I can't find it, right? But that grant, those money, Jamaica is one of them that this money is cut away, not getting it. These money usually help to do so much other things, yeah, right? To do so much other things. The DEI, sorry, diversity, equity, and inclusion. this money, this DEI, Jamaica no longer benefited from it, says the President of the United States. Good. So, my 2 cents, I don't like colors. I like to see what is done to the country that will benefit people, this generation to that generation. Jamaica was once in the third of the world. I don't even know what position it stands now, right? So people must get up, and politics, dirty politics are always, and these people endorse dirty politics onto the head of people for power. And when it is all over, you heard this same one came back. I can't send my children to school, stop having them if you can't manage them. I can't find nothing to eat. And these are the reality and the truth of things that people need to get up. And people who are sending their money to enable carelessness, to enable laziness, to enable... I've never seen a country can beg so. I have never seen a country. Everybody go to Western Union. And you know the hurt thing? Some of them, they're right in the same country where them are sending the money from and can't even manage themselves. Yeah. You understand? When you're going to help somebody that their children will become to inherit it too. You want to send money for a house? Find out before you go pluck out your dollars. And to show that you have dollars can send. And ask the question, did you bought this place? Or you lease it? What? Or you rent it? What? Find out. Because if I put $1 in it and I see bulldozer down, I would cry. But I'm not so stupid. Yeah. When you are going to put down a permanent structure, know on what premise you're putting it on. That's a permanent structure. It's not a structure that can move. But guess what? Everybody enrich. Everybody inherit. Because I ask you for $2 and then I check it up, 3/4 of that dollar is my own too. Right? And when they bulldoze them down, what you do? You stay in your country that you live and said, oh, what a wicked set of government. You didn't ask, is these people own these places? Huh? They own it? They're paying tax for it? It hurts because I have to be paying tax. I have to be paying land tax. So it hurts when they live so free. Roam around free. But my dear, be careful. Some of you don't sit and cry your eyes out. Okay? It's a better choice. Yeah. You understand? So, these are some of the chop up piece of things with politics. So, if they didn't do what they did, they would surprise me. But they did and do more than I was even expecting. So it don't surprise me. I have seen a lot. Yeah. I have seen a lot. So thank you for being here. It is a pleasure. I didn't mean to go so long, but this is my $2 on this situation, because I have to go back to my country. I like my country regardless of it. Yeah. I still have to be here and paying taxes there. People get up and throw up wire, stealing, and they can't stop them. They charge the innocent people who are paying their bills. They pad their bill and put it on it. Them nonsense must stop. PNP party, you have 28 or 29, or what, 29 seats in the house? You are sitting, love and peace with it. You are sitting right there. So hello, these are some of the things you need to look into. And Rosemary Shaw need to do more. Look into these things, no compromise. Play the game good. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure, it's a joy. Go enjoy your sleep, my sweetie, and for the rest of the people who from UK who is listening to me, enjoy yourself. Bye. It's a pleasure having you. See you, see you, see you. All right? This is your host for the most. This is Joy. Aquarian Joy, tuning out from Aquarian Positivity, Positive Life Kitchen. Thank you very much. It's a joy and a pleasure. So I get to download some of the things. All right. Thank you, Joy. Interesting and very educational chat. Yeah. Yeah. You know, so sometimes you hear people talking some things and, excuse me, you know, right? So again, my warning to you people who love to sit on the net and say, oh, I love you, no problem in you loving the person. But when you're going to spend your money, know what you're spending your money for. When you're giving your money, know what you're giving your money towards. It must be benefited to the person and to who is coming. Not to one day you wake up and you see it on the, oh, this place was bulldozed down because the people that lives there, they don't own the land. Either do, oh my God, no, they're not wicked. They're not wicked. Anyhow, thank you very much. Daniel, out of the lions den, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, conquer everything that comes by. Anyhow, thank you very much. And to everyone that is listening, yeah, this is my $2 on the situation. Bye.